When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thank you for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Coach is in the building. What's going on, Coach?
How you doing?
You got your
Just missing the whistle.
your Bill stuff on?
Oh, just a shirt.
Yeah, I know. It looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. How you doing? I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, I know.
Our schedules haven't lined up, and then, but here you are.
What's going on?
I'm going to move your camera just a little bit.
All right. There it is.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Great camera work.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, Dan. There we go.
Yeah,
now
it's almost football season, Bill.
I know. I've been on the Fisher campus, and they're all set. The tents are up. The signs are up. When does it start? Next week?
Yeah, the 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big. The rookies are already there now,
Yeah.
getting the lay of the land.
Right. How you?
With a rookie head coach too. That's got to be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Boy, you sound so pessimistic about the season.
I'm not pessimistic.
Okay.
I'm not pessimistic.
I'm a realist. I'm a realist.
I'm realist.
What does that mean,
I wrote a whole piece for the Times this weekend about, hey, this is going to be different, man. This is new. This is new.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, remember when we had a new show once on an old station?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you had to remind people, this is a new show.
Yeah.
And that's what the Buffalo Bills, this is a new show. So we got to be patient, but at the same time, you can't be too patient.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
No, but I mean, yes, it does. In other words,
there's expectations. They got but you're hiring a first-time head coach to run a veteran team with a veteran quarterback who may be the best player on the planet. So the learning curve is going to be very, very quick. If you could call a curve quick. I don't know if that's the right analogy, but it's gonna be there's gonna be some bumps, but I think they'll make the playoffs. They might even win the division. But I think people want a Super Bowl. So that's where you got to okay, where do we put our expectations here? Josh Allen, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
New defense. Mm-hmm. New stud receiver, supposedly. And a rookie head coach going through. I mean, he's going to figure it out.
I love it. I just love it. I love it.
I got my tickets to go to the peasant practice at the stadium on August 18th.
Okay. All right. You going to training camp at all?
No, I couldn't get tickets. It's funny. I couldn't get tickets for camp, but I got tickets for the brand new stadium open practice.
Well, that'd be fun to see the new stadium.
Check it out. Take my sweet old time. All right. This is where the bathroom is.
I did a podcast last week with the two Fit Chicks.
I see that.
And we talked about more what men may not know about women. Not know, but just certain things. There
have been books written about that.
No, I know there have, and I think that we live in a world that maybe is a little more savvy now. I think that we have.
Well, we know more.
Yes, we do, but I don't know if we do know more. But I still think that there's that disconnect. And what I'm noticing is that that throughout life there is societal pressure to do things, okay? And it's not even as though we're necessarily aware of it, but we get to a certain point in life and we're like, oh, yeah, this is what I got to do. Everybody does it. And let me give you an example. I did a podcast with my mom when she was here. I've talked about this a lot. I hope I'm not driving people nuts. But she was talking about one of the things she said was, if I were to do it over again, I wouldn't have gotten married so young. Now,
which means no more animal.
Well, potentially.
Potentially no more animal.
So she said at the time she graduated from Nazareth, most of her friends got married right away. My mother went to grad school, and that took another 2 years. And so she was 24 when she got married and turned 25 later in the no, she was 24, so she got married in November. Yeah. So she had turned 25 before I was born. So the thing is that, like, but why? Well, because that's what everybody was doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That was the zeitgeist. That was the thinking.
And
you graduated from whatever institution, high school or college.
This is my thing.
You got married.
So I think that there was even a song out there. It might have been part of a musical, but it was about a woman who's in her 30s and still lives at home.
Okay.
And it was like an oddity. That, like, in this musical, was an oddity.
Was this before or after the Runaway Bride? Do you remember the Runaway Bride? Of, like, I think it was like between 08 and 012.
Yeah, no. This is going. I'm going back to
Lazy Mary, you better get up. She answered back, I am not able.
Yes.
Lazy Mary, you better get up. We need the sheets for the table.
Yeah.
Chanaluna met somebody, mamma mia, get out it out.
How did you know this?
Because I'm Italian. It's an Italian song.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was from a musical, though.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And
they sang it in The Godfather. My grandmother hated that song.
Yeah, sure. But I thought it was about a woman who lived at home and was over 30.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm conflating stories. But I thought the song came out like in the early not that one, but the early 70s was the musical one. And I think Liza Minnelli did it. I don't know.
That wouldn't surprise me if she did.
Okay, but the point being that, again, a societal thing was you're an old maid at 30.
Yeah.
If you're not married. Not the case today.
No,
probably shouldn't have ever been, but
like 30 is like the new 18 in some cases.
Yeah, some cases. So that was my point, and I think that there's a lot of guys, despite the books being written, despite everything, that there's societal pressure to almost act like you know what you're doing, even when you don't. And there's a whole thing of like, I've always wanted to do this bit. I swear to God, and I think it's time. I just want to show up at a friend's house. And I want them to show me their toolbox. And I guarantee you that they don't know how to use half the tools in there. I bet you anything.
Oh,
I bet you, right?
Easily.
Don't you think?
Yes.
I think that that's it. And I think most guys pretend, right? Now, I'll come back to the other stuff with guys in a second, but I think that there's something every man, I'll call it, lies about to sound like they're good at it. And I think we're coming up on the season, or the biggest season of that. Now, we're sort of in it now. A lot of guys say they can grill.
Yeah.
A lot of guys say, hey, I get to grill.
Well, the man who is the grill master is the man of the house, regardless of where it is.
Right.
If you're the one running the grill, even at your buddy's house, you are the top of the mountain.
Yeah. Home improvement would be another one that I think that guys lie about. And this has been for all time. Go back to the 1980 movie. I think it was 1980, Mr. Mom.
Yes.
And he's doing some home.
Was it Michael Keaton?
It was Michael Keaton. And he's firing up the chainsaw. And the guy goes, what are you doing here? I'm going to rip out the wall, get some new electric in there or something. And he goes, what do you got, 220, 420? Like, he doesn't know. So he's just like,
right,
and speaking it and trying to sell it here. I think football season is that, especially fantasy football with guys, I think that is the season. And I think you're going to have a lot of guys who become blowhards and talking stuff. And who knows? Maybe they're right. Maybe they're wrong. Predictions. You'll hear you'll even hear it on sports talk shows. And I think we've heard it in this studio. I think we have.
I called it.
Yes. Yes.
I called it.
Check the tape. Go back. In August, I said.
I called it.
In September, I said.
I called it.
Right.
I told you? Didn't I tell you? What did I tell you? Because I told you.
So I think that there's a lot of that when it comes to football.
Oh, gosh. That is the number one sport where I told you.
But
you never hear about the, I was wrong about the Jets.
Now, here's my sort of take on it. I think it's wonderful in a way. And I think it's wonderful because we live in a country where we don't have to worry necessarily about war, at least not now, or at the moment.
Yeah.
And it gives us something that we can focus on and it's just for pleasure, even though I wouldn't be surprised if heart attacks have been induced by this stuff and, all kinds of things. But we get to almost put all our attention in there and our focus on something that isn't really impacting our lives.
Yeah, we get too excited.
No, I think it's
too much weight to it.
Yeah, and I don't mean that as a negative. I actually think it's a luxury. It's a wonderful thing that you get to because and some guys like to bet and they actually make some money and so it becomes a little more tangible, right?
I can tell watching games with guys.
Yeah,
who's got money on it and who doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
You could tell just by reading the room because the Bills playoff loss to Denver. I'm with my family, and my niece is trying to show me a bird book. And they're like, leave Uncle Dan alone. He's watching. I'm like, no, it's cool. There's time between plays. She could show me the birds. We win, but I don't expect us to win. And to be honest with you, if they lose, it's not going to change my life. But man, there were other people in that room who weren't even Bills fans who were getting more excited than I was. And I was like, you got money on this, don't you?
Yeah. And look, it has, and I think all that's kind of fun, but to have it like affect your mood and everything is, I think, a little silly. Yeah. But we do that, right? We're very upset. We mope around the next day.
I try to make it comical. Like it's like we're in this together. We're upset, but it's not going to change my life.
Yes.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up and, in that case, go to church or the previous, do whatever, or go to work. And hey, look, is this going to affect my life 1 year from today? No, of course not.
So that's sort of my point with it. I think that it's kind of nice to be able to have that.
Yeah, it's an outlet.
It's a great outlet, and it's a great thing to pontificate on. And it's a great thing to like hang out sometimes with just your guy friends. Like there's a lot of times like I don't think guys have a purpose sometimes to hang out with each other.
Yeah, and that gives you a great purpose.
And I think
because when you get to be older, you got more responsibilities.
Fuck yeah, especially if you got kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of your friends probably have kids that are in that middle school age.
Right. I don't see my friends.
Yeah. So
my only friend is my wife. That's it. Everybody else has got kids or they're scattered throughout the country.
Right. So these, I think it's a good thing. And I have been thinking a lot about men. I said it that way. Because if I say that, people will go, I know, you know what's coming next. Mm-hmm. But the reason I've been doing that is I want to, like, if I do the therapy route, right, and I'm deep in this now, and I would like to work with men, and because I think much like my mom getting married at 24, because that's what everybody did, I don't even think it was a second thought about it. I think it was like, oh, yeah, this is what we do. I think for guys, you don't know how to process emotional shit. You don't know how to, like,
because the previous generations didn't know. They were
shit.
Or they not only did they not know, but they weren't even. They didn't even consider the fact they'd be allowed to process.
But hang on a second here, because we say previous generations, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's me. Right now, I am the previous generation to two boys who are as old as my mother was when she got married, or older. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So I would always say, when I look back now on my parents' generation, right, the baby boomers, I always think that losing a war fucks with men's heads.
You feel less than a man.
I just think they do. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never read this. This is completely, I am pulling this. Well, I'm actually sort of pulling it from Arnold Schwarzenegger said it about his father and the country of Austria when they lost World War II.
Yes,
and
they all came home defeated. And they were depressed. And war is fucking awful. And we saw the atrocities of Nam. Nam may have been the first war that we got to see so much of the footage of. Yes.
Like in real time or as close to real time as you
World
could.
War II. There's more footage on World War II than anything else, but you didn't get to see it until
you didn't get to see it
decades later.
Right. It was done, right?
World War II in full color. The Nazis came marching into Paris.
So
literally.
And I just wonder if there was a greater impact. It also divided the country. Many people thought we shouldn't be there policing the world, trying to stop the spread of communism.
Cronkite's flying, helicoptering over Vietnam going, our government lied to us. And that kind of lit the powder keg of what we were being told about.
Yeah.
The war in Vietnam.
So I think that fucked people up. Now, my dad did not go to Nam. He did not not a draft dodger. He did not take a college deferment. He was in college, but he got a high lottery number. The reason he wouldn't do that is his brother was a Navy pilot. And he goes, if my brother's over there, I'm not going to look for college deferment or anything. Mm-hmm. So he was in college, probably could have asked for the deferment, did not, but never went. And then the other guys that went, I mean, I know several, and some seem to be okay, and some, I don't know.
My father was supposed to go in the Air Force during the Vietnam era, and they wouldn't let him in because he had flat feet.
Yeah.
So he couldn't make the cut.
Right. But how did that make him feel?
Well, he went to the next plan was, I'm going to go work in the steel plant 1 week out of high school.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. 33 years. That was his life.
Okay. But
pickling steel.
But did he ever talk about like almost?
No, he was thrilled at the aftermath that he didn't go.
In the aftermath.
Right. You know, but I mean, there's 3 wars that our grandparents and our parents went through collectively. There's World War II, where when they came back, they came back as heroes, man. Yes. Like, think about the world's greatest Super Bowl parade and multiply it by every city and village in the country. Everybody came home as a hero.
Yeah, but you had that picture, that iconic picture in New York City where it was 2 strangers.
Yeah.
The guy just whipped this chick around and kissed her.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that today, fellas. Yeah, put cuffs on him. He's going to jail.
Right, lawsuits.
Well,
then you had the Korean War, the Forgotten War.
Yeah.
And
I love Korean War vets.
Because Korean War vets, they just came home.
Yeah, they're just
and then you had the Vietnam vets who came home as victims with all kinds of issues.
Well, there were issues. There was also feeling underappreciated. There were guys who were in the war and then became conscientious objectors. Mm-hmm. It was a very politically difficult time, I think, for the country to figure out and sort out who are we as not just a nation, but on the world stage, right? I mean, that's a big deal. And I think that when you're, what was the song, Rock Me Amadeus? Do you remember this song from the 80s? The average age of the Vietnam soldier was 19. 19.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, there's a song somewhere.
Okay.
I would play it, but we usually get flagged. But I
there's
think
The Unknown Soldier by the Doors.
Yes.
Which talks about,
Yeah. It's sort of a very sad song. But this was like in the 80s, and it talked about the average age of the soldier, 19. Imagine being 19 and coming back at, let's say I don't even know that the tours were this long, but let's say you're 21. I don't think they were that long. They tried to get new blood in, so to speak. I think it was a faster.
Unless you wanted to go back, which is another story.
Yes, and then I know people who did that. But the average age is 19. So try figuring all this shit out. You're 21. You come back. Some people are looking at you like you are an atrocity. I heard the stories of soldiers being spit on when they came back. I've never met one that it actually happened to. So, but again, I'm not trying to, let's pour water on somebody's story here. That I just don't know that. I'm not sure how factual that is. It could have happened. It should never happen. I think spitting is the most vile fucking thing you could do to somebody. Like literally. If you don't get yourself, if someone spits on you and you don't stand up and punch them in the face or attempt to, I don't know. Like that to me is the most vile thing. So if that happened even once, nasty in my opinion. Why the fuck would you do that?
Right.
I mean, do you think that this guy wanted to go?
No,
probably not. That's
no,
probably not.
I've heard stories of guys taking an axe to their big toes. I've heard stories of guys who went and they won't talk about it. Mm-hmm. I've heard stories about guys who went, and my father knew this guy named Mike. He went off to Vietnam. The guy was straight as a pin when he left. When he came back, my father sees him outside the drugstore smoking a cigarette. He goes, "Hey, Mike, you're back. And you're smoking." "Yeah, I picked this up over there." Yeah. And but he became an alcoholic. Like the war wrecked him.
Well, because it's one of these things where you're just looking to escape whatever's going on in your head, and we didn't talk about it. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm talking about. So now that generation of men are raising my generation of men. Right. And we don't talk about anything. And there is,
everybody was the Gary Cooper strong silent type.
Well, yeah. And it was portrayed on the big screen. Mm-hmm. It was portrayed in TV shows.
John Wayne.
And it was, I didn't see a lot of John Wayne, but yes.
Clint Eastwood.
Okay.
Like let's
sure.
see, that might be an example that everybody can relate to.
Clint Eastwood was a great one.
I'm too young for Wayne, but yeah.
So I think that, and even though my dad didn't go, a lot of things he just didn't talk about. You know, it was just, hey, you know, it was kind of this suck it up. And I would say he was loving, right? I mean, but there just wasn't that. And then I come forward now, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And so now my guys, and that's where I go, I think you may even cut down on domestic violence, potentially, if you help guys learn to regulate their emotions. That was kind of the long way to say that. I really do. I think that's something that's overlooked, and it's unfortunate.
Yes, it really is. And I'm glad you brought it up because, you know, I mean, like, well, I hate to bring everything back to Family Guy or The Sopranos. I literally thought of two scenarios.
You know what you're supposed to do in life, Dan? Talk about what you know.
But I mean, like, but The Sopranos, like Tony Soprano actually got guys to go to therapy.
Yes. And look, the thing is, like, there's so much shit at times in your life that it becomes overwhelming. You're trying to hold a job. Maybe you get volunteered to coach your kids' sports team if they're depending on their age, right? And your level of knowledge of the sport. There's certainly running back and forth and doing all that stuff. And you're trying to maintain your marriage and the harmony there and the home and the yard. It gets to be a lot. And you want a promotion at work. You want more money. Maybe you're trying to do a side hustle. Who the fuck knows? I'm just saying, like, it just becomes so much that, like, it's like, you remember the saying? I was always told this. It was a saying when I was a kid. Don't talk about your problems. Can you finish the saying? Do you remember it?
Everyone's got them.
80% of the people don't care, and 20% of the people are glad you got them.
I've heard something similar.
To that. But right, that's what we're taught.
Oh yeah.
So what the fuck? So now you got.
I thought I had problems. Like I had a cousin. My father was dying. And I go, Dad, how's so and so taking? He goes, Danny boy, I get the impression that he's looking at it going, better you than me. This dude was one of his dearest cousins.
I got a fucking hernia. Don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
You all right?
Yeah, it's just, I get what they call groinal hernias and stuff.
Inguinal hernias?
Yeah, inguinal.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah, they're bad. It's like comes out.
It's like
right around your nutsack. Yeah. I'm fine.
I had a doctor pop it back into place with his hands.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're cold.
Usually you have to go to
Doc, you might want to get that circulation.
An Asian massage joint to get that done. But hey.
No, but yeah, I have an inguinal hernia too, but it's been inactive.
Well, usually you can like strengthen up your floor there or whatever.
Yeah,
it's not your pelvic floor.
Pelvic floor exercise. It's around the pelvic floor.
It's around the pelvic floor.
It's around the corner.
So
did you see the dude from the A's who ruptured his testicle and had to have emergency surgery?
Wait, the guy from what?
The A's. The Oakland A's.
No. I knew what you meant. I thought you said AIDS at first. I'm like,
no, my tongue slipped up. The A's, the Oakland Athletics, or the Sacramento.
When did this happen?
Like 3 nights ago.
What happened?
He fouled the ball off his junk. And like these guys supposedly wear cups.
Nah.
But maybe like hey, I'm a man now.
No, I mean,
so he ruptured. He had to have emergency surgery. And if you see the highlight, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife goes, you saw it, didn't you? Was this what you were talking about earlier? Yeah.
I watched the video the other day of a 65-year-old man at Yellowstone National Park getting gored by a bison, and it really wasn't.
I saw that.
It wasn't his fault.
No.
Because I always make fun of people because they're
getting
an animal that weighs a ton.
You're in their habitat.
2,000, and you're in their habitat, and people pull their car over and take pictures and shit. And they hand you, at least they used to, flyers. Maybe there's now even apps or radio stations that just say, stay in your car. They can run up to 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, the bison was cleaning itself in the dirt. That's what they do. And this guy...
Yeah, I heard they called him OJ.
This guy...
Juice is loose.
Well, I'm waiting. And I'm going to put it out there again. I have not seen it. And we're taping this a little earlier, and it's going to drop almost a week later. But I'm waiting for when the guy gets hit, the 65-year-old guy, and he goes, as my grandmother would say, ass over tea kettle. I want to hear, you make me want to shout. I'm just waiting.
The remix.
I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
It's got to come. But that guy was not doing anything.
No.
he was walking back to his campsite, happened to see this, and then tried to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Like, he started walking before the thing stood up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are fast.
Well,
but the things, but like, you mentioned this men thing, men talking about their issues and trying to.
Yeah.
There is now a cottage industry on YouTube and Instagram of women defending men. Like going after other women, saying, "Do you know what guys have to go through?
Yeah,
that you just discard him. Like you're not shopping for a husband. You want a partner, and he needs you to be a partner too.
Right.
And there's now become this cottage industry of women who are like defending guys, defending men.
Yeah, that's
and a lot of them. Here's what's interesting.
It's not my algorithm.
A lot of them are single.
Yeah,
or unmarried, but they don't have any kids. So, like, you think, well, if they have boys, you could see it. Right. Oh, no. These are single women defending dudes.
Well, here's my. Why don't we take a moment, because I like where you're going, and I'm going to bring something up that I didn't think I was going to bring up, because I did see it and thought, I don't want to talk about this, and now I'm thinking it kind of makes sense.
Didn't you miss me?
Yeah, quite honestly, yes.
I appreciate that, Bill.
And I'm not even.
I missed you too.
Beth
misses you too.
I'm not saying that just as a.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I haven't heard from Bill in a while. Hope
well,
it's okay.
No, I have been.
Well, no, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, but yes, but shitty excuse though, in my opinion, of certain things. I missed a guy's birthday party the other day.
And if you miss a birthday party, that's a big deal, because let's be honest, good times, Billy.
I did on purpose. I actually did not go to class on purpose. There was a reason that I felt like staying where I was the best option for that day, for that evening. But it has nothing to do with anybody. But you're right, and I haven't been out partying or anything, and I've put together this whole system that I can now really not be overwhelmed.
That's cool.
Yeah, it took me a long time to do it. But
it's like a Major League Baseball's pitcher's budget.
You got it.
Okay, he threw on Tuesday, so he's not eligible to throw until Thursday.
I think I have a rough copy of it here.
Okay, we've had too many colors. We can't go out tonight.
Yeah, it's like...
I'm not joking. That's what a Major League pitcher's budget looks like.
Yeah.
Vasquez threw 13 pitches last night. He could probably throw tonight.
It's not printing properly for me, so I need to figure that out. Anyway, we'll take a moment, and then...
we're going to talk about the thing you didn't want to talk about. We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
And we're going to get to it right after this. When it comes to home improvement, you've got choices. Let's say there's a hole in the bedroom wall, and somehow nobody in the house knows how it got there. You could fix it. I mean, there's always YouTube, right? But 3 hours later, it's going to look like a patch job. Not even a good patch job. And how about that leak under the kitchen sink? Yeah, you said you'd get to it, and that was, 2.5, 3 months ago? If we're being honest, we all have that list. The one where deep down, you're not totally sure you've got the skills to pull it off. If it's my list, I'm calling Mac of all trades. Holes in the wall, handled. Leaky sinks, done. Full kitchen remodel, yeah, they got that too. And hey, warmer weather's coming. How's that deck looking? Need it extended? Rebuilt? Outdoor patio? Don't be a deckhead. Call Mac of all trades, 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. And you can see all they do online at macofalltrades.net. They'll handle it, so you don't have to. Yeah, a little grunge rock.
Yeah, I wrote this in the bathtub of the Westin Hotel in Buffalo.
It's always I don't know.
Racing Randy was singing backup.
Was he?
No.
That would be fun.
Buddy, I'll sing for you, buddy.
I have not heard from Randy, and I was finally going through some messages backlogged, and I see Randy sent me some things on social media that had expired.
Oh, okay.
I went to see him. And
I talked to Randy last week because this coming, I don't know when you're going to run this, but on the last Sunday of every month, they have the South Butler Dragway.
Oh, so is that coming up next week?
It's coming. It's coming up this coming week. I don't know when you're going to.
Is it? So we're taping this earlier the week. It won't drop till Monday.
Right. So I think the last Sunday of the month, I believe, will be yesterday. So they're racing yesterday. So.
All right. Well, I feel bad because I would have had him on, and I keep saying I'm going to go down there.
Well, they got 2 more races after this one, late August and late September. So there's a perfect opportunity. I guess they're not allowed to talk about it, but apparently they had what they think would be a record-setting crowd. They're not allowed to count anymore for I don't know, tax purposes. But buddy, we had so many problems last time. Oh my goodness. The Christmas tree went out 3 times. I don't know. Guys could have broken records. We have no idea. We had a sellout crowd. We had more cars. You could have opened up a few silos.
Now, wait. Now you just said something in there that I think that guys would pretend they know what it is. The Christmas tree went out.
Oh, yes. That is the light that says, like, red light, green light, go.
Well, it's usually what it does is it goes yellow, 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 green.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So you're down, it's red, yellow, yellow.
Oh, it goes
yellow.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't go down.
Up, down. It depends on the track.
Yeah.
Okay. Depends on the track. The one I usually do is yellow, yellow, yellow. Boom.
Yeah. I should have explained that better.
No, that's why.
Well, because I know that the people at the Christmas tree, it's July.
Well, no. It was awesome because I think if you said to a guy, yeah, man, they would do it. It's also this. If a guy says, yeah, I'm a car guy, I'll never really, I like cars, but I'm not a car guy.
Yeah, I don't know what a camshaft is.
Well, here's what I know. I like imports. A car guy likes all cars.
Yes.
I'm impressed by different cars. Denmark's been working on a flying car forever. I want to see that. I think they actually have it where it's flown and everything, but I don't know if there's some other issue to go to market. That's what we need. Hey! Don't wait for Uber. There's nothing in the sky. I'm fine.
And then the Democrats got to come along and regulate it.
Well, I mean, they should.
Well, yeah, you should regulate something like that.
There will be mid-air collisions. There will be.
Yes. You know how, like you're the generation where you owned a record or a cassette and then you had to go back and buy the CD.
Yeah.
And then go back and download the music because now the CD's obsolete.
I went from CDs. I don't know what to do with it.
I went from cassette to CD to streaming. You went from record to cassette to CD to streaming.
Yeah,
so you probably had to buy you probably had to buy what do you call it? Exile on Main Street 4 times. So think about this. You have to go back to driver's ed to learn how to drive again with a flying car.
Potentially, yeah.
Because they're going to have a whole set of
Here's
laws.
another thing. I'll tell you what. I think that most people who are teaching their kids how to drive might fail or come close to failing.
If they had to take the road test.
Yeah, I really do.
Oh, I would.
Because we start habits and things that are,
I could roll through a stop.
Yeah. That do it all the time. I get frustrated when I see somebody just flying and weaving in and out of traffic in a car because I go, I get you're in a rush, right? However, you don't know who's in that next car.
No.
You could take out an entire family.
Oh, yeah.
A mom in a minivan.
Dude, you ever driven through Buffalo, dude?
No.
Oh, gosh.
Well, yeah.
Any expressway that starts with be careful of that guy.
All right, speaking of guys, here's where I was going to go. Because you started to say it was women defending men.
Yeah, single women.
Single women, and they're not even like boy moms, I guess is the phrase, right?
These are like women who are in their early 30s, late 30s, sometimes maybe early 40s, but defending dudes. And maybe because they learn from their mistakes, I don't know. But they've created this cottage industry of defending guys.
Yeah, I don't know much about that in terms of what they're doing. I don't know that. Look, I don't know about what it almost sounded like water. I have a fountain in my house, and I thought it was a fountain.
No, I heard something.
It's the fridge.
Okay.
My mind is all over the place, so forgive me for just a second here. But I did see, I wouldn't say being a guy is necessarily hard. I don't think so. I think that we push down our emotions and things like that. I think I certainly had what I would call anger issues when we worked together, not being able to process what would be big feelings, getting so overwhelmed and frustrated that the only thing you knew how to do was fucking yell at people. And to me, that's not how I want to be. It isn't at all. But I I don't know where I was kind of going with that.
Women helping men.
Yeah.
Or defending men.
Right.
And processing emotions.
Yeah. I don't know. I lost that train of thought now. That train just left the station.
Was it the water?
Yeah, it distracted me for a second, but only because I go, wait, I thought I have a fountain in my house, a little tiny little thing with a plant, and I have it running all the time, and it always sounds like someone's pissing in the corner. I don't want a guy from prison to come over. He's going to turn on every sink. You know, that's what they do, right? When you're in prison, they don't want to hear you pissing.
Oh, okay.
So the guys turn on the sink.
Oh, okay.
So there's other noise there.
Oh, okay.
They need other noise there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. You can't.
Yellow noise.
Well, very good. Very good. See, I have missed you.
You've heard of green noise. You've heard of pink noise. You've heard of brown noise.
Here's what I was going to say. Like, yeah, the defending men. I was going to say something about women. I saw this is where being hard, that I wonder about women. There was a guy, and I don't know if this lady was being followed by a guy in a store, right? For whatever reason, he was making her uncomfortable. So she kind of took out her phone and started like sort of filming him. And a young woman in a very short, tight black sundress strap, whatever. She was appropriately dressed, but it kind of rode up a little bit. She's crouching down to get something, and he goes under with his phone. And this lady who sees it fucking loses her shit.
As she should.
Yes, 100%. But it was, and then the guy's like, I wasn't doing anything. I didn't. He's like, it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. And again, there's a part of me that feels like, I feel bad for the guy. But I don't know why. Like, you shouldn't, right? If that was somebody I cared about, I'd who knows what I would have done, right? I don't know. I can't really predict that. But what I was going to say is I did see another Instagram video that I loved, and it was moms going, this is what it's like to be a boy mom or a mom of boy toddlers. And like this kid shows up on the top of the couch. He's got his Hulk things on. She goes, oh, the Hulk's here. He goes, yeah, boom, 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 boom. He's beating the shit out of her. Right? She's like, what? All right. There's another one. Like every boy, they're running, jumping, diving off shit. One mom's out. The scooter comes flying by. The kid crashes and falls. He starts to cry. She just kind of stands there, gets himself together. His brother comes zipping by and goes into a wall. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that is exactly what it's like. I'll never forget. Jackson and Jordan took Jameson in a laundry basket, got him in a laundry basket, put a helmet on his head, and sent him downstairs. And pushed him down the stairs. And I remember, like, my first reaction.
Was it the basement stairs or was it the upstairs?
They did it twice. I think they found the basement stairs because they were carpeted, would go a little faster for them.
And they'd be out of sight, out of mind. If they do it in the upstairs, you're going to see it or hear it.
But I was in my office. Oh. So I pop out and I'm like, hey! I hear boom. And then, are you all right? Ah! And I'm like, right. So I thought it was funny. Family up the street, 5 kids, 4 of them boys. It was a girl, then twin boys, another boy, and another boy. I was friends with the youngest kid. You would go there. They didn't have exactly a laundry chute, but they had a trap door in the bottom of the bathroom that the kids used. So they would put their laundry in there, you would open that door, and it would land down in the washing machine if the lid was open. Otherwise, it was just piling up.
Right.
Okay.
But that's innovative.
Yeah, so that's what they had, okay? You would be in there.
Oh, no.
Taking a shit.
Right.
Or pissing. And they would pop up through the sink and try to scare the fuck out of you. I got to tell you, there must have been permanent piss stains all over. Right? But you didn't stop in your midstream. That is what it was like. And I loved it. I fucking loved it. I loved going there. They would hide behind things. They used to take paper wads with a rubber band, and they'd be hiding behind things, and they'd pop up, and boom. I remember one hitting like a paper cup or something, and now milk's all over the fucking rug. And this was every day. Every day. In the summertime, we would jump off the roof of the house. It was a ranch-style house. into what I always refer to as a bottle cap pool. So like, what are we talking? 4.5 feet?
Yeah.
3, 4 feet?
Okay.
We used to do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Then we thought it'd be really funny because we knew his mom was at the kitchen sink and watching, but no one's telling us not to do it, that we would take our clothes off so she would just see our ass come streaking by. And then she got really mad. Then there was the hill in the winter. Well, out front, they had a big hill. We built huge jumps and we would ski. They would ski. I think I sledded mostly, but you would go flying off that, like flipping around. It was just what
guys did.
I don't know. I can't explain it. And so you'll see where I'm going in a second. So then I have boys. And when they're very little, any toy they wanted, right, was available to them. I'm not saying I bought them all, but you know, I think there was somebody gave him a doll in a stroller. And I think they did it when we were having Jordan, who was 16 months younger than Jackson. And it was kind of to show Jackson, hey, here's, you know, I was learning too. I don't know. All I know is that he had no interest in the doll. He had no interest in the stroller. Maybe carried the doll once or twice by the hair, but I had no interest. Wanted his trucks, wanted his stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's where I go. I think a lot of times when we start talking about the gender stuff, I do think that there's something that maybe you're born different. There are people who are born with both sets of sex, and the doctor sometimes decides, what do you want? Right? We can, you know, this can be the penis. We can close up the vagina. We can, you know, do something. There's documented medical journal cases of this,
but they're rare though.
Boy, I don't know.
I mean, this isn't like
no.
Mommy wants a handbag. So, hey, you're going to be a girl now.
Yeah. So
I can be cool.
I don't know.
Because I know people like that.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
Yeah. It is.
But my only point is like, okay, so we see the kids, and this boy mom thing is like, she's got a toddler. Well, there's one kid had to be like maybe 1.5 or 2. He's dive bombing off the couch into her, like just full on tackle. I mean, he's like airborne. He's everything you were told not to do in football, but you love it. And I go, yeah, it's just sort of an inherent thing where I would think, I remember even my sister, little girls were a little more quiet, a little more prim and proper. I don't know. So I see this other video and I felt bad for the person. But they wound up arresting. Of course, it's painted in a certain way, so you're automatically going to look at it. Student has a meltdown over misgendering, okay? And it's a student, and I don't know where.
Was it a misgender or a Mr. Gender?
Well, the term. So here's where I sort of had an issue with the video. In a way that I don't know that most people would. This person wanted to be identified as a woman or a girl and wanted to have the pronoun she applied to them. Okay. And some security guard at the school or Century or whatever says something and says he. And student turns around and abruptly says it's she. And whatever happens from there, it escalates. And the security guard goes, I will, and I was taken out of, I'll pepper spray you. I will pepper spray you.
Because you can't put your hands on them.
Right. So, but the kid's not coming at him.
Okay.
The person's not coming at him, not doing anything. But this guy keeps saying he. He might have said it 13 times. And each time the student is getting louder and now screaming, it's she. And I'm going, okay. I know. I should have opened the comments. I didn't want to read them all. But I'm like, why aren't we trying to de-escalate the situation?
Yeah, you like.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
There's a time and a place to take your political stand, but in that moment, I would be like, okay, all right, whatever. You want to call yourself a donkey? Go ahead. Hey, can I? What do you need? Okay.
No, but my thing was whatever happened, and again, a video is giving you a narrow scope, right?
Yeah,
and
sometimes
it's their body. It's like this person's body cam footage. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I thought was, okay, I get it. You come from a different era. You don't like this. You're annoyed. The person is obviously born in a male body. That's how most of the world would see if they didn't know. And there's a wig and some other things, and it looks almost staged. Another somebody from the school comes out, automatically says to the kid, hey, what's going on? Like you can see, I don't know if there's other possibly issues with this person, maybe spectrum, I don't know. But I'm like, well, I just go, I wonder if there's something wrong with me at times, because if you asked me, I go, I don't care, because it's not doesn't impact my life. And you have the right to, the pursuit of happiness, right? It's in our Constitution. It's in our liberties. So I don't have a big deal with that. And if the kid just wants, so fucking say she.
To me, I can understand where the person who disagrees with this person's lifestyle comes from, because I'm with them. I'm right there with them. But in that moment, you're in society, you're in mixed company. All right, she. Well, and let's not escalate the situation. But
even there, I'm not even I wouldn't even make this thing fine if that's what you want to be called.
Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't be like, I just want you to know you're a dude. Now, Nancy. How can I help you?
Right.
That is not the time to make that political stand.
I have made misgendering pronouns to people, and they've corrected me, and I just go, my bad. Or not, I don't think I say my bad. I say, yep, I will do better. And that's it. I'm not going to.
I'll be like, okay.
It's certainly not on purpose, but I don't have that same fever that, like you said, I'm with. I don't even have that. Why? What is wrong with me? I don't have it. I don't care.
I think in a lot of ways, I'm not going to lie, I've thought about this, because I've thought about conversations we've had on this show, and you and I are on a lot of cases, which I like and you like, on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay, because contrast creates. Sure. It sucks when two people agree all the time.
Yes.
And I was on a show where the host and I agreed on everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we going to get some contrast here? Yeah. So I have to play devil's advocate. Let's say Rex Ryan. But it's inauthentic.
Right.
With this situation, somebody like you, Bill, I could see you are half hippie and half, I'll tear your head off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think a lot of the So I think the hippie side of you is like, who cares, man? Yeah. But I think it might be a devil's advocate hippie side, where if you've seen somebody flip out, you kind of get a kick out of it, and then you're like, what's the deal, right? You know what I'm saying?
Well, my only thing I think too is I'm older now, right? I have had what I'll say
experience.
Yes.
And a lot of therapy.
I will say that I'm a seasoned human. Right?
Yes.
And I think that there's a lot of times for me, it's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right?
Are we going to rewrite constitutional law here?
But at the end of the day, what's the fucking point?
Right.
With this individual. If you want to take it to a broader sense and go, we're not federally funding, or we're only recognizing, okay, the government's already done that.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, fine. But on the other side, I'm like, what do I care if that's the person and all they want to do is live their life and be happy, right? And be happy. That's it. And if that's what's going to make them happy, fine. We can all debate as to whether that is or isn't.
Or again, will it or won't it?
Yeah, but it's not even
But that's not my decision.
It's not my body. It's not my decision.
Right.
And I don't know. And just because I started this with the boys I experienced and the boys I saw on this Instagram thing, it was fucking hilarious to me because I lived it. I had Irish twins, 16 months apart. It was like having two fucking puppies running around, and they're doing things. And then Jameson gets in the mix 8 years later, and he's beaming them in the back of the head with shit from his high chair. Right. Like he would literally pick them off. Then his mother decides, hey, you know what he needs? A ball pit. So we get so she's like, yeah, I'll just put him in there and he'll play. He didn't play. It's a fucking huge, what do they call them? Playpen.
Yeah.
Filled up to with the balls. He would just pop up and just start winging them at him. He was like, boom, boom. It was like
Roger Clemens.
Will Ferrell in The Elf. When he's making the snowballs. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sitting there, I'm laughing. I go, this is hysterical. And the other guys, they knew too. Come on, Jameson. hey, right? And they'd be yelling at him. But then I found a video. Like, we're all at
well played, Jameson, Brady Moran. Well played.
We're in the pool, and Jackson's swimming around, and Jordan jumps from the other side to try to, like, basically drown his youngest brother. Okay. No.
Or
Jameson, because he comes in going, cannonball! But he does it, like, right next to the kid. And I go, I don't remember that happen. But I'm like, yeah, this is what happens.
It's brothers.
Exactly. And my point is, like, some guys are going to be that way, and other people aren't. And I don't know. I'm a big believer in the fact that I really think that there are some people, like, homosexuality. I think people are born that way. I think I can't imagine choosing to want to be ostracized by society so horribly. Less today than ever before in our time, but still, I'm like, just, I need a penis so badly in my mouth or whatever that you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could certainly paint a picture.
Well, yeah, but my point being, like, I go, okay, so that makes sense to me. And I would even argue that, as much as it's so bad in society about MAPS, minor attracted people. I mean, you got to tell. I would think that there may be people that are just born that way. Why? I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know. As long as they're not harming someone, I guess we don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there's people we know who probably are, but we don't, but don't act on it.
I want to be completely clear about this. Like, being a Christian and everything else, I, for years, never bought into you're born that way. Okay.
Yeah.
But given the fact that we have so many different types of cancer now, given the fact that we have so many different types of autism, when 50 years ago, wait, what? Given the fact that we have so many different new diseases, like you watch these drug commercials, my goodness, talk to your doctor about gonopinephrine. What the hell is this? Gonopinephrine is when, like, oh, I got that. Right? And it's like gain of function research is literally, I'm convinced, is people like the drug companies trying to create food combinations to create diseases that they have the quote treatment for.
Yeah.
Right? And so now I think maybe, and I'm not saying I believe this.
It's a good conspiracy.
But perhaps homosexuality and MAPS, and I don't agree with any of that. I could now start to say, you know what? Maybe they have a chemical issue in their body that causes something like that. That being said, you don't have to act on it.
Well, the MAPS thing.
Right.
Yeah. No, but I would say with homosexuality, I think it's been since the beginning of time. I really do.
Well, there was Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes, and I think that
there's nothing new under the sun.
No, I think that there's always been that. Because I think it was just not accepted openly. So it was secretive, it was underground. But I mean, and there were people that they just couldn't help themselves. Like, they had to put on a pair of stockings and go out. Why do you think there were songs like He Was a She and the Kinks, Lola? And that's all the 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, right, it just... Pop culture reflected it, everything, the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay. That's why I will give my Christian disclaimer. You must be born again.
Yeah,
But I understand where you're coming from.
Well, my only thing with it is, like, I don't care as long as you're not harming me, and no one should harm you. Do what you want.
Hey, look, if you're an adult, those are your decisions to make.
Do what you want.
Do not involve a child.
No.
You become an adult, you do whatever the heck you want. I may not agree with it, but it's your life in America to lead.
Yeah.
And these are your mistakes to make. I've made my mistakes in life. And thank God he didn't cut me off.
Danny's basically telling you that you're making a mistake. All right, we will we'll take a moment. I have a heart out at
I bet you do, Trebek. No, I'm just joking.
This is the second time I've had hard outs, but I do in like 15 minutes. So we'll do this, and then we'll wrap it up.
Want to make fun of people? We can do that.
We could. I was going to ask you something else regarding men that I thought of while we were talking. While we were talking, and I didn't expect the theme.
If I were into men, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Where do I rank? That might have been, remember
I don't know, about 20 years ago, a little bit higher, but
I
don't know, Bill. That hernia.
I think I look better now than I ever have in my.
That inguinal hernia is starting to stick out. I don't know if that's all that's sticking out for you.
That's right.
Yeah, you got
my main. Yeah. I am a little bit. I'm
that's the first thing I noticed when I walked in.
What? My gut?
Yeah, a little bit.
My shirt's puffed out, you fuck.
Oh, okay. Oh, your poofy shirt. Oh, now that you do that, okay. You look better. All right. It was the shirt.
We're gonna say it's the shirt. We're gonna say it's the shirt. I've kept 10 pounds off, but I need to
gain it back.
No.
Oh,
no.
I know a guy who can help you with
I called a guy today to apologize for missing an event for him.
Oh.
There was a very good reason why I did.
Okay.
And somebody answers the phone and pretending to be
that person.
No.
Oh.
Pretending to be like a different ethnicity. But they are a different ethnicity. Not a different ethnicity. They were trying to pretend.
I don't believe in Asian on black crime.
Well, no. They were pretending to be from Asia, but India. So which is Asia, right?
Yeah.
They're using
the subcontinent, but yeah,
they're using that accent, but they have naturally an accent, and I go, you can't hide that accent, even when you try. And the person goes, yeah, you even sound fat on the phone. Oh. Fuck you, Damien.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, it just made me laugh. All right, we'll take a moment. We'll be right back. You never think you're going to need a personal injury attorney until you do. It's not something you plan for. 1 minute you're just living your life. Next thing you know, you're dealing with an accident, an injury, missed work, and a whole lot of stress you didn't ask for. And here's the truth. Insurance companies, they've got a plan. They know exactly what they're doing. The question is, do you? That's why if it's me, I'm calling Connors and Ferris. They know the system, they know how to fight, and more importantly, they know how to take care of people when things get messy. You're not just a case file to them. They walk you through it step by step and make sure you're not getting pushed around when you're already down. So if life throws you one of those moments, don't try to figure it out alone. Call Connors and Ferris or visit connorsandferris.com with offices in New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. Because when it matters most, you want someone in your corner who actually knows how to win. Connors and Ferris. Leaving the trail.
These made-up tunes are pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like a Western. Toby Keith is coming back to life.
Oh, yeah. Toby Keith. I didn't mean to turn that on. Yeah. It's a little swamp blues rock.
You hit record and everything?
I did. I didn't record the last segment on video, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Just do a black screen. You know what you should do? Like when we talk, I do like the lines, they go up and
Alex
down.
Might be able to do that.
I forgot what that's called.
A Mistake by Bill Marin.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yes, it's like the waveform.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Was that not the word you were looking for?
I don't even know if there is a word for it. It's just something I should know being from radio, but I don't.
Since we were talking about guys,
men.
Yes. Let me ask you this because it popped into my head. What can a guy do that instantly makes another guy respect him?
Fix a tire.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Honestly, what makes a guy instantly respect another guy?
I think when you walk into a room with a presence.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like the Affliction t-shirt and the chain. We know guys like that. I'm talking about you walk in and all of a sudden, oh, look who's here. Like my father was one of those people. He walked into a room. He wasn't a guy who bragged about himself. He just walked in and everybody noticed. Butch is here. Hey, Butch, how are you? He was cool with everybody, but he's like, he just commanded the respect of people around him.
Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, that's not something that's an act. He's just showing up.
Well, I think that there is a way to carry yourself.
Yeah.
Right? I think there's
he carried himself like a man's man.
And I think that there is, even when the two Fit Chicks were on, that I had them rank, I gave them 3. I said, put these in order, and which one is the bronze? Which one is third? And it was like confidence, emotional regulation, muscles.
Okay.
And they were like, muscles is the bronze.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
And they're like, look, we like that. We prefer that. But
who doesn't?
But confidence, that's not cocky. And then emotional regulation, being able to be flexible and handle things. I tell you what, Joanne from the Two Fit Chicks really gives her a very recent relationship that ended and why it ended and what was going on. And I think it's a bit of a tutorial in there for guys.
Yeah, it's a nice dynamic. Well, you guys are discussing the F word.
We were on, when was this?
I just saw it yesterday. Well,
the C word.
Last week, excuse me. Well, no, I saw the F word, fine.
Oh, I said that.
Yes.
I said that fine is the most vile word to come out of a woman's mouth.
But having the two of them explain what it meant, with the female translation of what fine means, I mean, like, that's along the lines of what we talked about last segment and segment 4 about women defending men, like having a translator, somebody explain these things. Right. So, like there's a guy I know. His name's Gabe. He's my discipler at church. And this relationship is awesome. And he's one of these guys who commands respect just because nothing shocks him, nothing surprises him. He's got this very stoic, even-keeled. Like, I could tell him, I go, hey, you might want to pray for my neighbor. I think he's building nukes in his basement. And he goes, yeah, I know people like that. Yeah. I could come up with the most cockamamie. Yeah, I know people like that, you know, and I'll be honest with you. Here's where that comes from. And he could give me a reason and go and investigate it. Oh, yeah, Gabe's right. If you could just, if you're a guy who could solve another guy's problems, that commands respect.
Yeah, but it does it always.
If you become the oracle,
I know,
or the go-to. But
there are times where, because I feel like it also can be emasculating. So how do you do it without being emasculating?
That is true too.
Right? Like me saying, I'm going to come over and look at your toolbox, and I guarantee that I'm going to say a minimum of 30%, maybe 40% of the tools in your box you have no idea how to use. Or use properly.
What it's called.
Right, or what it's called. And I'm
confession time. My wife has a toolbox and I don't.
Okay. But most guys aren't comfortable with that. That was, look, on Archie Bunker. What was it? All in the Family.
Yeah.
There was a neighbor couple. She did the heavy work. He did the cooking and stuff. And they were certainly secure in their gender and secure in who they were.
Yeah.
And that is the goal, I think, is to be secure. I don't know how to do it. I'm not going to pretend I do. But that's not how we live. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. But what's something that, I guess another guy can do that immediately will get respect from other guys. Like, almost in the moment, like, I don't know if it's coming in and you're right. I mean, you could be heroic in a certain sense. That would be. But, I mean, even just to, calmly show up, bring, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I think the idea is taking control of a situation, but not doing it in a way where you look like you need to take control.
Yeah,
you just naturally, become the leader in the room.
Yeah.
You just become the alpha and everybody follows. Like, my father was that guy, right? Yeah. But he emasculated everybody else around him.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
He didn't mean to do it.
No.
But he was surrounded by, I'll say it, wusses. And so he had to be the guy.
Like his son?
Well, I'll tell you what. It wasn't easy growing up being his son because I was more like my mother.
Okay.
And so
there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with you, period.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that. But I have to bust balls.
No, I know. But there's different things. There's things that my brother's better at than I am. But then when it comes to like the family needs help.
Like everything?
I'm the guy.
Yes.
I'm the guy.
Right.
So everybody's got a different role or different expertise. Sure. It's like when that expertise comes out and you become the authority in a room for any situation, then I think that commands respect.
I think a guy that can, I was thinking of a guy, I almost said his name and I won't, that I have great respect for, and I've seen him in situations. And he is married to somebody who is, I'll say, high profile in what she does, right, and respected, and has a lot of energy and flits about and is not an unattractive human. And he is just that kind of stoic guy. Mm-hmm. They have daughters, and they're older now. And I don't want to say stoic. He's got a personality. He's got a presence. But he sort of knows to, let her have her moment. And I would also add into that emotional regulation in terms of even drinking. Being able to handle like drinking or drugs of any kind, and just being able to handle that and not getting too sloppy, to me is a respectable thing. Like you always want to. Yeah, I'll tell you who's great. I think is another one that I just thought of it, and I will say his name, Mike Mack. We're in the Mac of all trades studio.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy looks like he's always in control.
No, but Mac will be, and I love busting balls with Mac, and I love hanging out with Mac, and he's a great family man, has wonderful children, a lovely wife. But I've never seen him sloppy. I've never seen him really lose control. I think that
Craig Connors is a guy like that. Craig Connors is a guy who like walks into a room, and he's not the tallest dude.
No.
He's not the biggest guy.
No.
But like when Greg is there, not just because
he's fucking doesn't shut up. No. hey everybody. Hey, the fucking Buffalo Bills.
Today's my birthday.
Live every day like it's
yours. Right. But like, I mean, he is a guy that if you didn't know him,
let somebody take this out of context. What I just said is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. No.
What would be something that would instantly lose respect? That a guy could do that would instantly lose respect.
Sloppiness. I think we have the answer. Yeah. Control versus.
I even think a guy
sloppiness.
A guy who I think a lot of times we think we're funny, and we're not. Right. That guy is usually my favorite. But that doesn't mean it's anybody else's favorite. And I might even.
That's because they're funny without realizing they're being funny while they're trying to be funny, but they're not funny.
Exactly, but which is funny.
It's funny to us.
Yeah. But then there's the guy though that, like, I even think talking shitty about your spouse. I can get like she's giving me a headache, boom, or it's always something. Okay, fine. But then they go on and maybe drop the C word. I even think guys should talk bad about their ex-wife. I think that's a bit of a like, I don't want to hear it.
Like I don't want to hear it. I got a family member who it's been the divorce has gone on 25 years and we're still talking about the ex-wife.
And I think sometimes too, the way guys will talk about other women, like in the proximity.
Yeah, I can't deal with that. Hate that.
Sometimes like I don't get
Look at the caboose on that one.
Like, but I get the you see her. Okay, got that. I'm in with that.
Yeah, or you give each other like you guys give each other a look where and you don't have to say anything.
I mean, I could do like with friends of mine.
Come here, Sophie Cunningham.
They'd go, hey, did you see her? I go, see her. I fucking knew she was here 5 minutes before you did.
Yeah,
and like yeah,
catch up.
But my thing is like I'm not gonna let anybody know that I checked it out. Believe me, I boom. And you know me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you're a constant crap talker, I think that's a red flag.
Yeah. What about where we used to say, my word is my bond, right? And even in Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
It's about oak tree thing, right? It was
I think so.
Jeff Bridges or somebody. Does keeping your word still matter today?
Yes, absolutely, because it's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that's left. If you can't trust somebody with your word, then forget it. Why do people hate politicians?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, now it's like, it's everywhere. These guys can't keep their word. Or like,
you get in there, and I think like it's easy to say a lot of stuff, and then you get in.
You find out, I can't do this.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm going to give up X, Y, or Z that I said I'd have to get the big prize, right? I want to get this bill through. And
what's the trade-off? Whose rump do I have to kiss, and what favor do I owe? I mean, that's why George Carlin made the joke, I don't make fun of politicians. This is the best we can do, folks. Because the idea being anybody who thinks they can get in that position and be different never does.
Why the fuck would you want to do it? Like today,
because it's technically an easier way to get rich and powerful. Instead of building something on your own, you milk the system.
I laugh my ass off. Like I know that there are people who get annoyed with me, maybe on both sides, but I find Trump to be there's something I can't help it. He says things and I laugh. And I'm not even laughing at him. It's just the style. It's the way he does it.
That he just doesn't care. What's going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's why I've said often, and it wasn't me who came up with it. It was Stan Main, but it was that he is the best to ever use the presidency as a bully pulpit, which it is. It is by definition. It is that. And he has done it best, where other presidents have tried to, the polls come in, we need to soften this. And they were all not wrong. You're trying to unite a country. You're trying to reach everybody.
Well, most presidents were like, whether they elect them or not, were public relations people first.
Well,
you're the front door of the country.
Team, yes,
yeah,
100%.
You're basically, you're not really making the decisions. Somebody else is making the decisions. You're just the executor.
It's like when you were a little kid, and I don't know that it's the same anymore, because I even I saw Todd Youngman perform at the Comedy Club. He really just so good these days.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a bit where he's like, I grew up in a time where, kids were banished to the basement so our parents could get drunk and smoke. You came upstairs and you got a mouthful of smoke, and you just were sitting right back down. You see the sump pump, your best friend all night. Like, it was funny the way he does it. I'm not doing his joke justice. But that we've evolved, right? Families have evolved. Kids are showing a little more respect, and that, I think, does have long-term good things. But when it's somebody who's not, so again, like we changed with that. Presidents have tried to soften this. People are getting sick of you talking about this. The people who didn't vote for you don't want to hear this. And I don't think it was a bad information. I think, right? And so you try to do what's going to pull the country together.
Yeah.
And then here he comes.
He just doesn't care. He's not a PR guy. He's brilliant though in terms of he has this media, or he had this media savvy where he just knows when he's on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and somebody said that he got all his cues from George Steinbrenner. And if you think about it, George, Yankee fan, it makes total sense.
Maybe.
George would fire people.
I never saw that. I think you've said it here before.
George would fire people.
Yeah.
And then come back the next day, goes, "Where's Johnny? You fired him." Well, I need that press release. Get him back up here. Like, he would just
that's phenomenal.
Like, he didn't realize he was firing people. He just thought he was.
He was mad.
Yeah.
He was mad.
Yeah.
All right. Final thing. I got to get out of here. Are there guy codes that younger guys should be taught or made aware of? And I'm going to say, I'll save my answer. I'll give you yours.
I think that we didn't know what this was in my 20s, and it's become a term in the 30s and 40s that I think is very important. I think you have to have some EQ, or an emotional intelligence.
Wow.
And I think you need to know what that is, because if I could go back and do my 20s and 30s again, I absolutely would.
Why? What's the emotional intelligence?
You can't be a pussy. I'm just going to level with you.
Well, what is that?
Every little problem, like, oh, it's me. I don't know what to do.
Okay, yeah, but,
oh my gosh. Right. I've been crying to Billy about it. I need advice. How about you just figure it out?
Okay.
And by the way, I'm yelling at 20s, 30s, early 30s, Dan.
Okay, but again.
But you don't, if you don't know it, if you don't,
hang on. I'm gonna defend you in this.
Defend old me.
And I've got to, I do have.
We got a hard stop. Remember, a hard out, as you said.
Hard out. I'm going to defend you, and here's how I'm going to defend you. The biggest person in your life was no longer around.
Oh, right? He was bigger than life.
Okay, that would be your dad.
Yes.
And I met you
2007.
And he died.
He died that year, and then you and I started working together in 2008.
Okay.
So I literally wasn't even a year removed from his death when you and I started working together.
So,
Tommy was making fun of me immediately, which, by the way, I'm grateful for.
All right. So I would say that is that's fine, because anybody that would give you the advice or guide you that you trusted most was no longer present. Right. In this time. So that's not necessarily fair. But why do you say, like, emotional intelligence and being a pussy?
It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have issues. It's okay to try to figure things out, but you can't tell everybody about it. You got to just, at some point, you got to just suck it up and I got to deal with this myself.
Okay. So,
you know what I'm saying? Or seek somebody, one person or two people who you can be confident on. You don't need to know. My biggest issue was, like, my life was an open book. Everybody knew everything. Well, after a while, no one's going to take you seriously. If you're walking around like Tommy used to talk about this, he goes, all the producers in this building walk around with their heads down like they just got a tongue lashing or just got whooped. And he was talking about me and about 2 or 3 other producers. And because it was tough. Radio was tough in those days. And it's like you can't have that appearance. You could deal with that at home. But right now, you got to look like I'm in control, even if you got to fake it.
Yeah, I think that was something that I had always thought myself. But I like your thing of emotional intelligence, and I would say
it will take you further with your boss. It'll take you further with people around you. It'll take you further in life, and then you'll develop that swagger when you walk into a room.
But I think that the emotional intelligence that I would add to that is knowing how to handle difficult situations without losing your cool, without blowing up, which is usually like a male fear-based thing, right? I'm afraid that this is all going to fall apart, so I'm going to fucking tell him to put on his big boy pants and figure it the fuck out and slam his door. Bill Moran, 2009.
And 10. And
yeah, whatever. Crowley came around. So I don't think there is. I don't know that there's guy codes. I don't know that there's guy codes anymore.
I think it's ridiculous. I hate the term guy code.
I do too.
Or man codes, man cards, man. I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Be you.
But don't let everybody else.
But be confident in that. And I do think like learning to draw boundaries.
Yes.
Right.
With yourself too.
And not being able to being that way. Right. And I would apply that more to discipline.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would say, but boundaries with people and not allowing them to walk on you or manipulate you. I know there's a lot of times when you're starting in a career that you love, you're going to be trying to people please everybody. That's where you just get taken advantage of.
And that's where I got to take advantage of.
Yeah.
I mean, before I worked with you, I worked with a guy named Brad Davies. And Brad Davies and I were together for 3 hours a day for 5 years. And he and I would just talk about our issues.
Yeah.
So I figured every radio guy's like that. And, you know, we would do that. But, like, there'd be a point where, like, as soon as you leave the room, bro, that guy, for being a Christian, man, I don't know. What kind of Jesus he believing in? Because I'm not buying it. And you know what? He had every right to say that.
All right.
But I've grown up, Tommy.
Yes, you have.
Thank you for helping me grow a spine.
All right. We used to say building.
When are you going to grow spine?
They were building Danny a spine. For Dan Barillo, ready for football season.
Don't rush summer, though.
No.
Don't rush summer.
Thank you.
Football will be there when we're ready.
Thank you. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time.
Seems they were looking for a Cadillac with Tennessee plates.
You ever notice how people drive around with a garage full of junk while complaining they're broke? If you don't have any friends that do that, it might be you. How about that rusty grill? Maybe you got a pile of copper wire or a random chunk of metal that's been sitting behind the shed since the Clinton administration. Yeah, all of that is money. And that's where Premier Metal Recycling comes in. These guys know value, like real value, not internet math, actual cash value. Whether it's scrap steel, copper, brass, aluminum, Premier Metal will tell you what it's worth and put money in your hand. Honestly, it's one of the few places left where cleaning out your garage can actually pay off. They have 2 convenient locations, 909 West Linden Avenue in East Rochester and 11 Carnes Street in downtown Rochester. You can also check daily pricing and exactly what materials they're buying at premiermetalgroup.com. Or, if you're feeling friendly, give them a call directly at 585-436-4020. Premier Metal Recycling, because your junk pile might actually be your emergency fund.